Okay. Hello. My name is Kyle Philip Schenkel, and once again, welcome to my home, where this virus, still going on, can't allow us to return to classroom this semester. Unfortunate, really. I'm not a fan of it, but here we are anyway. It. We've all gone through our stresses, and I think we all realize by now that it should get better, but we don't know when. But back to what we really came here to talk about today. For my persuasive speech, I am doing the health benefits of video games. As someone who has spent the latter half of his life hanging out with friends, playing video games, I'd say that I have a good chunk of experience when it comes to this sort of subject. As, it's very near and dear to me because it's how I've spent a lot of my life. I've met many wonderful friends through it. I've learned many things that I wouldn't be able to if I hadn't done it. And I truly think that video games deserve the opportunity to be considered as a health benefit, as they provide great social benefits, allow people to truly escape from reality, which some people definitely needed, especially if they're going through hard times and want a chance to not think about the hard times. And some video games are known to actually improve people's reaction time and attention. Because, sometimes in some of them, if you make one mistake, it's all over. Now, here's a little picture that I found online. I kind of think it fits well here. Better cognition, better attention, better vision. Just a neat little picture that I found. So, let's start off with the idea of escaping reality. So, a wonderful article that I read by Hidden von Der, one of the authors of this article titled The Association Between Video Games and Psychological Functioning. Video gaming is an extremely popular leisure time activity with more than 2 billion people doing it. That's a lot of people sitting down and just playing games. But if you really think about it, the chance to escape is there. So many people work days, years of their life perfecting these games just to allow someone to enjoy them. Without that enjoyment factor, people wouldn't play them. And having that option to escape reality, the chance to step away from all the hard times and problems going on in their life, it's something that people just cannot pass up. There's just no doubt to it, really. Personal experience of this, going through stress of this virus and all of that, it takes a toll on you. It really does. So having an opportunity to sit down, talk with my friends online, and play games, have fun with them, it helps. Because without it, I'd kind of be more of a mess. It's troubling times, nonetheless. For another little visual aid, one of my older controllers that I had, this one belongs to a Nintendo Switch. As you can see, Mario. I think everyone is known to who Mario is at this point. But on to the sort of next topic at hand here. Social benefits. When people think video games, they don't just think about health benefits or any sort of social benefits, really. They just think, oh, this is just bad. No one should do this. They do it too much. My mom's just looking at me right now with this glare of why.
Too much.
But according to another article that I read by a Jordan Shapiro, author of Social and Emotional Benefits of Video Games, here's the better of the quotes that I found within his article. For years, most people have thought that video games were like candy, mostly bad and tempting to children. But okay, in moderation. Now we understand that they have more nutritional value than our parents could have ever imagined. So personal experience here, I have met almost all of my friends either throughout high school, college, or gaming. I have a lot of people in my life now that I wouldn't be the same if I didn't have them there. Things would be completely different. The article itself mentions sort of the nutritional value of this. The opportunity to meet people isn't just limited to person anymore. The chance to meet people online is huge. I mean, you have things like Facebook, other stuff like that. Those, yeah, you meet people on there, but you do too much stuff on there. That's what video games take care of. Video games give you an opportunity to hang out with people and make friends with new people. That's just something that certain things like that just don't have the opportunity to provide. I mean, it should be easy to understand, right? But either way, like I said, I've met a lot of my friends. It's been great. Now, let's see here. What was I get? Oh, right. Attention and reaction time. If you're wondering about the slight delay, I'm slightly doing it intentional to display attention span. I think at this point we know that a lot of people, especially in classes, according to myself, have a tendency to lose attention. I have this horrible habit of intentionally looking like I'm awake, but still casually asleep. But that's just carried over since high school. Lack of sleep. So, according to an article that I read by a Stephen Page, author of Action Video Games Improve Goal-Directed Reaction Time Study Finds, his glorious quote for this would be, research on video games is not restricted to the controversies, excuse my language, of commonly referred in popular media. So, to explain that quote a little bit better, researchers constantly will look at the downsides of video games and just how it affects people mentally, physically, all that. But if you truly look at it and see what people have done, you can easily tell that there is a difference in attention span and reaction time. Now, personal experience here, I played a lot of games in the days where one single mistake, 1 second off, and you were gone. Restart. Do it all over again. A perfectly good example of this, if you ever get the chance to look at, is a game called Beat Saber. It's played on the virtual reality headsets. I myself don't have one because they are pricey and take up a PC that I don't have. I have laptop. It's not the greatest, but it works. As for attention span, just like perfectly exampled here, if my words make sense, which sometimes they do, I guess, give or take, it's easy to lose attention. But in some of these games, if you do lose your attention, you fail. Game over. You don't survive this. Now, all in all, I do think video games should be given a chance when it comes down to it. A lot of people think that they are not worth any sort of health benefit. There is no benefits to it, but in the end, they're all just wrong. I know just a blatant statement like that coming from someone who has spent most of his life playing games just doesn't seem right, as it's probably a little biased, but I won't let that matter. All I know is that I've been playing games for such a long time that I guess I could be a good example of I've learned from it. And to think of that as, hey, you learned something just by doing this, you've made friends, you've even learned a few things that you probably wouldn't have otherwise, I'd say that's a win-win. Thank you for your time. I hope everyone is staying safe, and have a wonderful rest of your day.